Hello, everybody! So today, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I'm still talking about music, albums and stuff. But what I've been doing so far in this channel, I've been doing just plain old album reviews. But it's fun. It's fun to do these kind of videos. I just kind of want to change it up a little bit. Sometimes, doing something different, it's a good thing. So, what I thought to do today, since I've actually had this in mind in the last couple of days since I made my last video. Since I've been talking about, Dream Theater for a couple of days, I keep thinking, oh, why not? Why just link all of the albums of the discography? Brilliant idea. A lot of people are doing it, so why not? Why not? Linking albums are fun to do as well. So, linking all of Dream Theater albums as, today. The most recent album was released in 2021, and they're still together. So as of today, I might update this when they release a new album, because, they're still together. So, as of today, I'm going to go all of the 15 studio albums. No live albums, no compilations. I'm not including the A Change of Seasons EP. That's pretty much kind of like a cover album. It has one original song, but the rest of the songs of that album is just covers. So I'm not including that. So, besides those albums, they have 15 studio albums. So, and I just wanna, point out that, like I've been saying, Dream Theater is my favorite band. And that being said, I don't think they ever made a bad album. So the ones that are going to be at the bottom, I still love them. Just not as strong as the rest of the albums. So, coming at number 15. By the way, I'm not gonna show any albums. I only have 2 of those, and I'm not gonna pick those 2 albums that I have. I'm just gonna show the albums on my phone here. So anyway, number 15. When Dream and Day Unite. The first studio album released in 1989. This album, I can see why a lot of people hate it. But they do have to realize that, you gotta cut Dream Theater some slack here. This is the first album. Not all first albums are perfect. Surprisingly, a lot of first albums are really, really good. But this one, like I said, I don't think they ever made a bad album. I love all of these albums. So yeah, that being said, I really, really love this album, but I get why people hate this album. It's like I said, not all first albums are perfect. So yeah, you gotta cut Dream Theater some slack here. This is only the first album. There are a lot of people who like it though. So yeah, Dream Theater and Dream and Day Unite, the first album. I think it's pretty good. This is the only album to feature Charlie Dominici, however you pronounce it. The only album to feature him on vocals, which, of course, he would later be replaced by James LaBrie, the vocalist we know today. So, like I said, this is honestly a really good album, in my opinion. I actually kind of like it. But it's not perfect. Like I said, not all first albums are perfect. I do enjoy it, but I think if, you took away, songs like Light Fuse and Getaway and the ones who helped to set the sun, get rid of those songs, I think that'll be a really good, perfect album, A Fortune in Lies, Status Seeker, Yitzy Jam, I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. Killing Hand, Light Fuse and Getaway, Afterlife, the ones who helped to set the sun, Only a Matter of Time. I enjoy it. I enjoy it very, very much. But I understand why a lot of people don't like it. So, number 14. Another album that a lot of Dream Theater fans don't like, but I personally love it. Number 14. The Astonishing. I don't know if you can see that, but that's The Astonishing from 2016. The 13th studio album. This album was written entirely by John Petrucci, the guitarist. I don't know what happened, but I think he had the story in mind about uh, this album being set in a later year, like a long time from now, 2285, like two centuries later. So it's set in 2285, and I don't really get the story at all. Like, is this about like robots taking over the world by creating music or something? I don't know. I don't get the story at all. Probably a good thing because the story kind of sucks. A great album, but it's way too long. It is way too freaking long. It has 34 songs, and it's over 2 hours long. Oh my. Look, I mean, yeah, sure. Like I said, I do enjoy it, but, like, dude, if only they made, if only this album was a lot shorter and the concept made a little sense, this album would be better. It would be a little higher up, but no. Another complaint, besides the album being too long, most of the songs sound the same, and usually that works for Dream Theater. But when you have 34 songs, it kind of gets old a little fast. But nonetheless, I still enjoy it. There are still a pretty couple of good songs on here, like Lord Nefarious, When the Time Has Come, 3 Days, Brother Can You Hear Me, the X aspect, especially with the bagpipes at the end. A New Beginning, The Path That Divides, Walking Shadow, My Last Farewell, Losing Faith, All New World, and Astonishing. Those are my personal favorite songs from the entire album. But yeah, if only they made it a little shorter and had the story make a little sense, this album would be way up higher. But still a pretty good album. I just have to be in the mood to listen to it. So coming in at this is number 13. Once again, another album a lot of Dream Theater fans don't like. This one I kinda don't understand why. This is number 13. This is Falling Into Infinity. I think this is the fourth studio album, released in 1997. This is the only album to feature Derek Sherinian on keyboards. This would be his second album if you're counting Change the Seasons, but I'm not including that, so. Yeah, besides that, only album to feature him after, Kevin Moore, the original keyboardist, left. Yeah, like I said, this one, I don't understand why a lot of people don't like this one. Okay, a lot of this hate has to do with, the change of music. It doesn't sound like, images and words. It doesn't sound like Awake. I get that, but besides that, what is wrong with this album? I don't understand. Like, seriously, how can you hate this album when it has plenty of good songs like, New Millennium, Peruvian Skies, Hollow Years, Lines in the Sand, which features the lead single of King's X in it. Take Away My Pain, Just Let Me Breathe, and Trial of Tears. That is a very good song. That is a very good song right there, folks. Like, come on. You just gotta listen to it. Trial of Tears, one of the best songs ever made. Just, period. Yeah, Trial of Tears, last song of the album, just epic closer. With great lyrics written by John Young, bass player. Yeah, Falling Into Infinity, I think is pretty good. So yeah. So those are the bottom 3 albums for me. Which, like I said, are still good. I just have to be in the mood for them. Like, I can still listen to, an isolated song or two from any of these albums, but when I'm in the mood to listen to the whole thing, I just have to be in the mood for it. Alright, now, number 12. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this for rating it so low. But this is just my personal opinion. And like I said, I still enjoy it. So number 12 is Systematic Chaos. This is released in 2007. Yeah, this is a pretty dang good album. Like I said, I know I kind of rated it a little low, but whatever, it's my opinion. But man, there's a lot of good songs on here. Oh, let's see. In the Presence of Enemies. Both parts, part 1 and 2, both parts are really, really good. And I kind of wish that, part 1, part 2, they were made to be one song. And I really wish they turned those parts into just, one long song. I really wish they did that. But I've heard that, Mike Portnoy, the drummer, he didn't want to end another album with a very long song like they did with, the past couple albums. Octavillion, the previous one, ended with the title track, which is 24 minutes long. And, parts 1 and 2 of In the Presence of Enemies, that would be in total one long song. 25 minutes to be exact. So yeah, I can understand why, releasing, the last song as the longest song in the title album. After doing that for a couple albums, it kind of gets old. How about you just put it in the middle of the album? He still did it though. Part 2 is still the longest song on the album. He still did it. Anyways, yeah, In the Presence of Enemies, I really love that. We have Forsaken, we got Constant Motion, we got The Dark Eternal Night, which is, in my opinion, one of the most creepiest songs you will ever hear. Especially those distorted vocals. No one dare to speak of the terrible danger. Man, those distorted vocals, would not want to listen to that at night. You got Repentance, Prophets of War, Ministry of Lost Souls, and Part 2, Presence of Enemies. Yeah, pretty dang good album. I know I ranked it low, but maybe it's the production on this album. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the production on this album, but otherwise, a still enjoyable album. Now this album, yeah, this is number 11. I have to make sure. So this is number 11, and this is an album that I just talked about last week. Distance Over... you can't really see that. But anyways, this is Distance Over Time. Like I said in my review, it's good, but not as good as, the earlier albums. And of course, like I said, this album follows The Astonishing, the album with the 34 songs. It's a big improvement of that album. And I'm really, really glad they will never make an album like The Astonishing ever again, because that album, like I said, I still love it, but kind of hard to get through. So yeah, I just talked about it last week. It has plenty of good songs, like, Untethered Angel, Paralyzed, Fall Into the Light, Barstool Warrior. Listen to that. Listen to that solo in that song. At Wit's End, Out of Reach, Pale Blue Dot, and I don't consider this as a real song, only as a bonus track, but Viper King is pretty cool as well. Yeah, another good album. But I think this album, which is the latest album, is better. So this is number 10. And I'm talking about A View from the Top of the World. Released in 2021. And Distance Over Time, I forgot to mention, Distance Over Time was the 14th album and released in 2019. This is the 15th, released recently a couple years ago, 2021. I know you can't really see that, but this, to me, is a big improvement of... Yeah, I definitely think this is better than Distance Over Time. And, wow, you start the album off with The Alien! Oh my gosh. The Alien. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you gotta listen to that song. It's so freaking heavy. You also got Answering the Call, Invisible Monster, Sleeping Giant, Transcending Time, Awaken the Master, and A View from the Top of the World, the title track. And it runs for 20 minutes long. Surprisingly, not a fan of that song, but still pretty good. Another tolerable album. And I hope, I'm actually, hoping that the next album would be a little bit better. The recent efforts, it's good, but like I said, not as good as, the first albums. Anyways, so that was number 10, right? Yeah, like I said, I had to remember. Anyways, number 9, A Dramatic Turn of Events. And what is going on? But anyways, that's A Dramatic Turn of Events. 11th studio album, released in 2011. The first album to feature Mike Mangini after Mike Portnoy left the band. I think it's pretty good. On the Backs of Angels, This Is the Life, Bridges in the Sky, oh my gosh. Breaking all illusions, far from heaven, beneath the surface. All good. Masterpiece. That's all I can say, masterpiece. Not bad of an album to feature a new drummer, am I right? I know a lot of people put that album down as well, but it's still pretty good for me. So number 8, the self-titled album released in 2013, the 12th studio album, another great album, guys. Like Illumination Theory, guys. The last song, Illumination Theory. Oh my gosh, this is one of those songs that I will recommend for people who has never heard of Dream Theater. This is one of those songs I would definitely recommend. Illumination Theory, please check that out. Check that out. It's a masterpiece. One of the best songs ever. Of course, you also got Enemy Inside, Looking Glass, Bigger Picture, Surrender to Reason. Another great album. Alright. Awake. Hold on, let me find it here. Awake. So this is the third album, released in 1994. I honestly really love that album cover. It's really cool. So anyways, Awake is number 7, I think. Yeah, that's number 7. What a great album, guys. Like, the last album to feature original keyboardist Kevin Moore, sadly. But 6 o'clock, great opener of a track. I really love that 20-minute suite. It's actually separated songs, but it's a mind beside itself. It features Aloda Mania, Voices, and The Silent Man. You also got The Mirror. You also got Lie. You got Scarred. And you got Space Divest. Space Divest is one of the most beautiful songs you will ever hear. And one of the saddest too. But man, Awake, another great album. Alright, top 6. Black Clouds and Silver Linings, another great album cover. Wow. By the way, this album onwards are the pinnacle of Dream Theater albums for me. These are like the best of all time. Yeah. 6, Black Clouds and Silver Linings, 10th album, released in 2009, last album to feature Mike Portnoy as drummer before he would eventually leave. Like I said, this album is just great. It's a masterpiece. Like, you have a nightmare to remember to start off the whole thing. And you got a rite of passage, Wither, Shattered Fortress, the best of times! Oh my gosh, the best of times. Man, you thought that Space Divest was beautiful and sad. Wait until you check the song. Oh, especially the solo at the end. Oh. Can make a grown man cry. And then the Count of Tuscany. I really love the Count of Tuscany, but I think the Best of Times has to be the best song on the album. But wow, the Best of Times and Count of Tuscany is just, for me, one of the most emotional songs of all time. Even if, Count of Tuscany has weird lyrics like, "Let me introduce my brother, sucking on his pipe, historian." I don't know what's going on with their minds when they wrote that. Alright, number 5. Train of Thought. I do not like that album cover. I do not like eyeballs coming out of nowhere. Creepy. I do not like that. But the album can only be described with one word. Perfection. In other words, As I Am, This Dying Soul, Endless Sacrifice, Honor Thy Father, Vacant, Stream of Consciousness, and In the Name of God. And In the Name of God has one of the best solos in the entire world for me. And John Petrucci, he is an absolute shredder. Like, dude, listen to the solo in that song. It's pretty much the whole album. He just basically shreds. It's great. I really, really love this album. And Stream of Consciousness, for me, has to be the best instrumental ever. Just, man. Alright, number 5. That was number 5. This is number 4. And arguably, a lot of fans consider this album as the best album of Dream Theater. I think it deserves to be at number 4. But it's still a good album. Anyways, I'm talking about 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. The 6th album released in 2002. Oh my gosh. What do we have here? Glass Prison, Blind Faith, Misunderstood, Great Debate, and Disappear. And then it's a double album. And you got, on disc 2, it's all just one song. I'm being serious here. It's all one song. A 42-minute song. But, on Spotify, for some reason, it separates the songs into individual songs for some reason. I don't like that. Because, I don't have Spotify Premium. It just has ads whenever I try to listen to the whole thing. So I just decide to go on YouTube when I'm in the mood, or when I listen to the album full. Yeah, I really love the second disc. Number 3. Oh, by the way, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, all of these albums onward are perfection to me. Alright, so Images and Words. Number 3, Images and Words. The second studio album, the first album to feature the current singer, James LaBrie. An absolute god of a singer. Pull Me Under, which, that song is overplayed in radio. And, honestly, it's one of those songs where I never really want to hear again. But it's a banger of a song, though. I really love Pull Me Under. You got Another Day. Take the Time. Surrounded. Metropolis Part 1, The Miracle and the Sleeper. Under the Glass Moon. Wait for Sleep. And Learning to Live. Once again, perfection. Not a single bad song on this. To be honest with you, I would probably leave out Wait for Sleep. Again, not a bad song, but I wouldn't leave that song out because, for me, it doesn't really fit with the rest of the album. Still a great song, though. I consider it as a part of Learning to Live. Since, Learning to Live kind of features a similar melody to Wait for Sleep. Alright, number 2, which I know is most people's number 1 Dream Theater album, but it's number 2 for me. And this is definitely better than the Astonishing, and the story actually makes sense on here. I'm talking about Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. Yeah, but instead of making a song part 2 from Metropolis, they decide to make a whole album. I love it, man. This is pretty much, I get the story in this one. It's about this guy named Nicholas. He's being hypnotized, and while he's being hypnotized, he's seeing this woman named Victoria. He's seeing like headlines all around saying this girl just got shot and killed. She got murdered, and he's trying to figure out what happened. It's kind of like a mystery, like a crime scene. And later on, we get introduced more characters, and the girl is Victoria. We get introduced to more characters. We got the Miracle and Sleeper, of course. We got Edward. Of course, we already know the hypnotist who hypnotized Nicholas. Now, I really don't want to spoil the ending, but I just have to. If you're watching this video, skip a couple of seconds back. On the end of the album, it turns out that Victoria is actually Nicholas's reincarnation. And Edward, he is the one who killed Victoria. He is the one who murdered her. And the hypnotist is Edward's reincarnation. And then at the very end of the album, at the beginning of the last song, it says, "Open your eyes, Nicholas." Nicholas is done being hypnotized. He can go back home now. But at the very end, Nicholas goes back home. The hypnotist sneaks back and says, "Open up your eyes, Nicholas," one more time. And Nicholas like, "Oh!" And then, like, stabbed throughout the rest of the album. It is implied that he killed Nicholas. Like I said, I'm sorry. If you've never heard of this album, I'm sorry. I really did not want to spoil it. But it did. But yeah, great album. Like I said, I know it's most people's number one. But for me, I already talked about this album a couple weeks ago. And you know why. If you've seen that video, you know why. I'm talking about number one for me, Octavilium. By the way, Metropolis Part 2 was the first album to feature the current keyboardist, Jordan Rudess. Yeah, Octavilium. If you saw my review on this album, you know why. I personally think that this is the best album of all time. No arguments, end of story. You can disagree with me, but no arguments allowed. So yeah, root of all evil, answer lies within. These walls, I walk beside you. Panic attack, never enough, sacrifice sons, and Octavilium. I will cherish this album for the rest of my life. I will cherish this album forever until the day I die. This album is that good. Please, if you never listened to it, please check it out. Like, you have to, man. And if you don't like it, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. We all have different opinions. We can't all like the same thing. If we did, our life would be boring. So yeah. Just Octavilium. Best album for me. Dream Theater, the greatest band of all time for me. And the title track, Octavilium, for me, the best song of all time. So, that's it. That'll all the Dream Theater albums ranked from worst to best. Octavilium being number one. Metropolis Part 2. Number 2, Images and Words. Number 3, 6 Degrees. Number 4, Train of Thought. Number 5, Black Clouds. Number 6, Awake. Number 7, Dramatic Turn Events. 8, Dream Theater is number 8, but Subtitle, that's number 8. Dramatic, number 9, A View from the Top of the World, number 10. Distance Over Time, 11. Systematic Chaos, 12. Falling into Infinity, 13. Astonishing, 14. And When Dream and Day Unite, number 15. And I love all of these albums. Yeah, not a single bad one in here, guys. This is just Dream Theater, like I said, for me, the best band of all time, and all of their albums are perfect. Well, not all of their albums, like I said, the bottom three, they're not that good. But they're still good, but not perfect. With Dream Day Night, Astonishing, and Fall into Infinity. They're okay, but still tolerable to listen to, and when I'm in the mood, I will listen to those albums. All of those albums. All of them. Every single one of them. So, yeah. So, do you agree with my ranking? Probably not. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and how would you rank the Dream Theater albums? If you ever listened to any of the albums, let me know, and how would you rank them from worst to best? No, I kind of want to do more of these videos than album reviews. I'll still keep doing album reviews, but I kind of want to make more of these ranking videos. They're pretty fun. More fun than the album reviews, I must say. So yeah, you might see some more ranking albums videos in the future. Alright guys, see you guys next week.